everyone, it's Naomi from knowntamiyama.com. I've had a couple of days break as I've been recovering from a bit of a bug that I picked up last week. It's really interesting because I was talking to my coach and also to some clients that I'm coaching myself, and it's been really interesting talking to people and really trying to get down to the bottom of the difference between excuses and reasons. Now, it's a really fine line with these sorts of things, and you really have to be very clear about your mindset and also be really curious about what's coming up and what you're saying, and you know, that whether you're limiting yourself or whether you're stopping yourself from taking that next jump. So for me, over the last few days, I've just needed to take some quiet time and be in bed, take some painkillers, just look after myself. And that's so important. You know, I can't emphasize enough that, you know, if you're going to be running a successful business, you need to have, you know, a fairly good sense of balance. That doesn't mean that you don't need to work hard. But it does mean that you need to look after yourself. You need to make sure that, you know, you're giving yourself good fuel, you're getting enough sleep, you've got energy, you're feeling well. There's no point trying to push yourself when you're not feeling well and your body is screaming out for you to rest. There's no point pushing yourself to do things, because if you get to the point where you burn yourself out, then you're going to be no good to anyone, let alone yourself. So, you know, health reasons can be used as an excuse for, oh, I can't do this. However, you know, you also have to be really aware of, you know, when you're using a health reason as an excuse not to do something or to put something off to tomorrow, or when you actually need to take some rest. So, you know, it's so important to be honest with yourself and be realistic about where you are with your business and what you're going to be doing. But, you know, and I know a lot of people that including myself, you know, that will say, oh, I can't do this because I haven't got time, or I can't do this because I don't have the finances. And, you know, if you're then waiting for this magical check to come through the post so you can do the next thing, or you're waiting to be less busy, you know, if you're putting something into tomorrow and tomorrow will never come, and it's just one excuse after another excuse, and you may think that it's really valid, but if you're getting annoyed and frustrated because things aren't showing up as quickly as you'd like, or you're not getting where you want to be, or you feel like you want to give up because things aren't happening for you, then really look at what you've been saying and what you're doing and what you're putting off till tomorrow. Because if it's important, then you really need to do it today, and you really need to get your to-do list done. Because, you know, if you're leaving it constantly for the next day and the next day and the next day, then you're just never going to get done, and you're not going to reach your goals. You're not going to get that success that you deserve. So, you know, it's so important to be really clear about when you're saying that you can't do something. It's not that you necessarily that you can't do it, even though it might feel like that's your reality. It's more of, will you do it? Won't you do it? Why won't you do it? And there might be some really valid reasons, but then, you know, make sure that you're completely okay with where you are, and you're realistic, and you understand that if you're choosing to take one path, maybe delay things a little while, then that will have an impact on everything else. And as long as you're realistic with that and you understand that there will be a delay, that's fine. But, you know, if you're really wanting to reach that success, then you need to put the mileage in, you need to put those hours in, but not at, and again, I can't emphasize this enough, not at the sacrifice of your health, your work-life balance as well. It's so important to have a really good balance. It doesn't mean that, you know, there are going to be some times where you're going to need to put those extra hours in, perhaps burn the midnight oil, and maybe, you know, you get a couple of hours less sleep, just because you're pushing through to get something to fruition. But if you're looking at as a whole, so you're kind of looking as a whole generally, You need to have a general sense that you're getting enough time with your family, you're getting enough of a work-life balance, you're actually having a life and living a life, because success is pointless if you're sacrificing your life just to get to this end point. Because if you're not enjoying the now, if you're sacrificing everything in the now just to get to this point, your family life will suffer, your health ultimately will suffer, because there will be stress, your relationships will suffer. You really have to find some sense of balance in there. So I just wanted to do a video about really looking into your mindset, because I know that in conversations that I've had with my coach, where I've kind of been pointed out that perhaps there are some areas that I need to tweak and work on, and absolutely valid, hold my hands up, and I'm willing to work on those areas. But equally also, some people that I've been coaching myself, there's, oh, I haven't done this because blah 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 blah, and for them that might feel like reality. But I think if they really questioned themselves and took themselves as an outside observer and really questioned what they wanted, why they wanted it, okay, so why haven't they achieved it, then they would start realising that actually they've just been making excuses and avoiding everything they need to do to get where they want to get. So just a really quick video for this week. I will be back to doing more videos, and there'll be lots of blog content, and I will be doing in a short while some back to basics on social media for some people that perhaps are wanting to get started in this field but don't actually know where to start, because that working for yourself, and especially working online and living the laptop lifestyle, doesn't mean that you need to be technically savvy. You don't even have to have experience in social media to get started. I'm here as a resource to help you get to where you want to. Feel free to join my my group, my mastermind group, where you can ask questions, you can meet like-minded people, lots and lots of resources. Feel free to use that. It's completely free to join. The link will be below. Subscribe to my videos, because there'll be lots of great content coming up as well. And reach out to me on social media, send me a message, say hello, and connect, and I can help you get started. So I hope this helps you, and I hope you're having a great week, and I will speak to you soon. Take care. Bye.